Okay, so in today's math lesson, what the kids did, or what we did, was to take a drawing, analyze a drawing, and create a story problem or an expression or some type of problem that relates to the picture itself. Now, in the first problem here, they're telling us we have 7 feet of rope, and what's happening here is it's being split into halves. And I suppose the question needs to be how many halves do we have here? So let's create a problem. So let's see, we have 7 feet of rope. Let's see, John has 7 feet of rope. And according to the picture, the rope is being split into half a foot sections here. So he has 7 feet of rope. He cuts pieces that are half a foot in length. Now, I guess the question is, well, can be, these are all halves, right? And this dot, dot, dot means how many are in here. Okay, kind of goes on. So half foot lengths that are half foot in length, how many half foot pieces can John cut from 7 feet of rope? Oops, writing a little too quickly here. 7 feet of rope. Okay, and it kind of looks like this here. It takes 7, and we're dividing it into by a half. So how many halves fit into 7? Well, how many halves fit in? How many halves are for 1? So how many halves equal 1 whole? And that answer is 2. Well, if that's true, if it's 2 for 1 whole, how many then for 7 whole? So I multiply that by 7, I get 14. There it is. Okay, so that's the deal for that. Taking a look at another problem, what they do here is ask me to draw a tape diagram from something like this. So let's take 2, and they want to find out how many quarters fit into 2. Well, I'm going to draw the tape first. Here we go. Here's my 2. Represents my 2. If I want to label everything, sure, here it is. Here's my 2 whole. There's 1 each. And they're saying how many quarters can fit into each. All right, so I'm going to change colors. Do exactly what it says. Divide it into quarters. So here's quarters here, quarters here. So 2 divided by a quarter. Well, if there are 4 quarters that equal 1 whole, well, then there must be 8 quarters to equal 2 whole. Okay, there it is. And let's see if it's true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And each of these represent 1 quarter. Okay, so that's the deal. Let's take a look at one more. Let's take a look at 1/3 divided by 5. Well, let's start off with our 1/3. And to do that, I need to draw a full tape diagram and split it into thirds. So here's a third right there. Here's another third. And here's a third. But I'm going to concentrate on this one here because this part I need to divide by 5. So taking 1/3 and I'm dividing it by 5. So I'm going to change colors again and do exactly that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, this guy here, what is this guy worth? Well, obviously, he is he is 1/5 of the 1/3. Okay, which makes him 1 out of 15. Okay, that's kind of how it works. Okay, because if I split all these guys up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 5, 10, 15 parts, and it represents one of them. Okay, and yeah, that's kind of how it works. Or you could say to yourself, all right, let's take that 1/3, and I'm going to divide it by 5 pieces. And that's kind of like saying, hey, wait a minute, that 1/3 is really 5/15, right? This 1/3 is really 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the total of 15. I'm going to divide that by 5 instead. So if I have 5/15 divided by 5, that means I have, well, 1/15, 1/15, 1/15, 1/15, 1/15. They're my 5 parts. So there's my 1/15 again. Okay, that's the deal. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.